I'm Jane from Serendip PT in Easton, Maryland. Welcome to Myofascial Freedom for the neck and shoulders. So these days, with everyone doing their telecommuting and working from home, as well as with the pandemic, I'm sure the neck and shoulder region has gotten quite tight. So I've decided that I would teach you some videos, some stretches, that would help you to open up the tension that can happen in our neck and shoulder region. These are based on myofascial release principles. So let's cover a few things before we start. Stay present in your body. Be aware of what the stretches feel like. Really focus on what you're doing so that you can feel it and be conscious of the changes that are going on in your tissues. Secondly, hold each stretch for 1.5 to 2 minutes. It takes that long for the elastin and the collagenous barriers to release. As one barrier releases, take up that slack and go a smidge farther. Always staying present and conscious in your body and breathing. Never go so far that the stretch hurts. Just so much for it to feel effective, but not so much for it to hurt. Telescope. Think about your neck reaching, your arms elongating. Telescope our body, create space in there. And with that, let's get started. So we're going to do a series of stretches for the neck, and I want you to start on this right-hand side. So grab the side of a table or a chair so that you can anchor your arm down. Slightly bend your head to the opposite side. You may feel that stretch going from your neck all the way into your fingertips. Only go so far as to make yourself feel the stretch, but not so far that it causes pain. And wait. Imagery helps. So imagine taffy elongating or butter melting, breathing, softening. If that stretch becomes less effective, take up the slack and go a smidge farther. Wait for that tissue to soften, and when you get another release, take up the stretch and the slack, increase that stretch, and go a smidge farther. So for this video, I'm going to go a bit faster than we would in your normal practice, but this is just for demonstration purposes. While you're in this stretch, you may feel electric feelings or heat or maybe a little numbness. So don't let that worry you. That's just the tissue releasing. Hang in there. That should all pass and resolve very quickly. So the next part of this is staying to the side, drop your head down slightly, looking at the opposite knee. You might feel this more in the back of your shoulder in this region. Keep breathing. Take up the slack, going farther. Continue to telescope the body, elongating and taking up that slack. When you have reached those 3 barriers, come back to that neutral position and come out of that. Change and do the opposite side. I'll hang on to the front of the table here. Side bend away, holding, feeling that stretch go all the way up into your neck. Take up the slack, go a smidge farther. Let's say I've hit all 3 barriers and I've been here for about 1.5 minutes. I'm going to drop down slightly, feeling it more in the back aspect of my neck and shoulder. Hold and wait. Telescope, lengthen, and let's say we've done all 3 stretches, come out of that one. Now let's take care of the back of our neck and shoulders. Clasp your hands behind your neck, drop your head forward, telescope, elongate, bring your chin down toward your chest. You can go a smidge farther. Breathing, taking up the slack, telescoping, breathing, softening. When you've taken all three barriers, come back up. Let's take care of the front of our chest. Anchor your hands down on the skin of your chest. Drop your head backwards. If you bring your bottom jaw up to meet the top, you'll get this muscle in here called the platysma. Telescope, we don't want to compress any joints. You can drop off to the side, opening up through here. Drop off to the side, opening up through here. Releasing and relaxing. When you have finished those, you might grab a belt, just a standard men's belt that goes on your pants. I have a gate belt here. Wrap that belt around your shoulder. Allow the ends to meet. Bring the belt in close to your neck. I'm going to fasten my belt together so that I can get a really good hold. I call this one the Miss America stretch. So we're in there nice and tightly. Now I'm going to anchor down my first rib and my scalene muscles, which are the straps that come down the sides of our neck. So I'm going to pull that belt down at a diagonal this direction. I'm going to anchor my arm down over on the side. And right there, I already feel that stretch very deeply into my arm. I am a body worker, so my arms do tend to get quite tight. This is a great way to treat yourself. Side bend away. I'm anchoring all of the tissue, pulling that first rib down, allowing those scalenes to elongate, telescoping my right arm, breathing, picturing taffy melting, butter softening. And now the tingling has gone away in my arm. So that's where I said before, hang in there and wait. It will pass. Initially, you may feel a little discomfort, and that's okay. If it's painful, then certainly back off. But a little discomfort is not adverse. Keep hanging in there. You could change your angle a little bit, going forward or going backward, and seeing if any of that is more effective. After you've been there for the entire 90 to 120 seconds, come back up. Now I'm going to turn the video off and stretch my other side. I hope you enjoyed those. Feel free to get in touch with me, and I'd love to help you out on your journey towards wellness. Thanks, and have a great day.